What's up, everybody? It's Andrew Carroll, and we're here on episode number 8 of Charmed and Disarmed. And to my right is
Lindy Gabriel from Gabriel and the Apocalypse.
Louder.
I'm Lindy Gabriel from Gabriel and the Apocalypse, bitch.
And I just came out and saw Lords of Acid and Gabriel and the Apocalypse, and it was a phenomenal show. It was absolutely amazing. You killed it, girl.
Thank you so
killed
much.
it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me for a just quick little episode here. Tell me, what do you do in your free time when you're not rocking the stage and the microphone?
That's interesting that you asked me that, because I have like two personalities. I'm Betty Rocker when I'm on tour, and then Betty Crocker when I'm home.
Okay.
I do like dog rescue. I like to have a garden and things like that. So I have like two sides. And then when I'm on tour, I'm fucking this crazy bitch.
Okay, all right. That's awesome. So rescue dogs.
Yeah.
What else do you do in your local community to improve the standing of everybody that's involved in that?
I don't know, I like to, I'm an animal rights activist, and I'm vegan, and I always try to send information out to everyone so they're aware of the problems and the issues with eating meat and how it's bad for the environment. And so I don't know, that's a big passion of mine besides music, and so that's kind of like the two sides of me, is like the music and like my animal rights and environmental side.
Okay, I love that. So now I have a question. So I grew up in Montana, right? On a ranch, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I know ranchers that treat their cattle better than they treat their kids.
Right.
So how do you, for me, I could never stop eating meat. I like meat. I have some muscles. It takes protein. And I know there are some athletes out there that are vegan and they do it that way, but
did you know animals get their protein from what they eat, though?
Absolutely, they do, right? But and cows are different because we're pumping them full of hormones. We'll just admit that.
Exactly.
The compound trenbolone acetate was actually developed to make gigantic animals, and that's why it's used in bodybuilding today to get swole.
Right.
So a lot of people. I don't know.
He knows nothing about that.
No, I don't know.
I guess it's the same thing if you're just for me, it's like, oh, they treat their dog good. It's cool if they kill it.
Right. And so I actually had my own cow. And every day after school, I had to go and feed it.
Yeah.
And then I also was the one that had to slaughter it.
How was that? That must be traumatizing.
It was brutal and delicious.
That's horrible.
It was rough. And
that is rough.
I used to hunt, but the last time I went hunting was an awful experience. So I'm good. I would go get an elk because elk are delicious, and they're free range, right? So that's a little bit different. I don't know. But so what do you as far as that goes? How do you feel about hunting if it's not farm raised meat?
I don't know. I guess my main thing. Me personally, I just don't see how you can see a beautiful animal and want to kill it.
Right.
I just like that. I just don't understand. I have this empathy and this I like animals more than I like most people. Just because they don't judge you. They're not going to talk shit behind your back. They're always there for you. My dogs are there for me no matter what. If I look like shit, whatever. They love me unconditionally.
That's absolutely true. How many dogs do you have?
I have 2 mastiffs.
2 mastiffs?
2 big dogs. I love big dogs.
So I will never get another dog again because the last dog I had was a 120-pound mastiff that I adopted when I lived in Germany. And his name was Jimmy, and he was the sweetest dog in the world.
Oh, mastiffs are
he was phenomenal. But he ruined me for other dogs, right?
Because they're so awesome. But mastiffs, I gotta say, I had a Saint Bernard for 13 years, and it was the best dog of my life. And I have an Italian Mastiff, but he's more protective, and he's not really cuddly. He's more work mode all the time.
Okay.
And I was I need a dog that loves to cuddle. And I got this English Mastiff. He's 190 pounds, and he loves to cuddle.
That's a big dog.
He's the best dog ever.
That's a big dog.
He's the best dog ever.
Absolutely.
But I've rescued tons of dogs, cats, ducks.
Ducks? You've rescued ducks?
I have. People were gonna eat them. And I was well, would you mind if I found a sanctuary for them, if I could take them? And they're well, that's okay. And so I put them in the van, and I was I'm bringing them somewhere else so they don't get eaten.
So did you go to Walmart and get a little kiddie pool and fill it up with water for the ducks? Is that how it works?
Once I brought it to the place, oh my God, they have this amazing place that they're staying at and living out their life, and it's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's way cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you love animals, you hate people.
Yeah.
You rock the microphone like an animal.
Thank you.
Your band was excellent.
Thank you so much.
I was blown away. And you guys were first up, right?
Yeah, it's hard when you're first and people are trying to figure you out at first. You're like, who the fuck is this? And it's been great though. It's like, I think within like, 2 songs, like we kind of win the crowd over and people like us.
So you had me immediately.
Dude, you were rocking out. I was like, that guy. I was like, it's my birthday. I'll fuck who I want to. And I don't know, your girlfriend got mad or some shit and left, but it was fun.
It is what it is, right? Like, she's not into
it's a rock show though.
Yeah,
people want to have fun and be a part of the party. And
I love to have fun and be part of the party. And like this for me is something I never really do. Like I don't spend this money. Oh, dude, I had a blast.
Great.
And it started with you guys. So you guys were a high for me, and then there was a couple other acts, and I was just like, really, when is Lord the Acid going to show up? And then they showed up and rocked the house big time.
They're incredible.
So, are you on tour with them
for the entire time? The entire time. It's like a 6-week tour.
You said you had to drive.
Well, okay, so it's funny.
How's that work?
We have a tour bus. However, I get really freaked out in the mountains.
Okay.
I get so freaked out. So the last, this is the 3rd tour, I've rented a car through the mountains, and I just drive myself through the mountains. I'm dropping my car from Denver tomorrow once we get to Denver. But the whole time, Oregon, Seattle, I've had a rental.
So you rent a car to not ride on the tour bus?
In the mountains.
That seems like an unnecessary expense.
It is, and everyone's like, you're spending way too much. It's stupid, but I get panic attacks in the mountains, in the bus, and I start crying, and I start dry heaving, and then I get vertigo, and it's it turns into this huge ordeal, and it's better if I just yo guys, I'm just gonna drive myself.
Okay, so maybe I take it back. Maybe that doesn't sound like a huge unnecessary expense.
I know it's a lot of money, but it's you guys, I just for my peace of mind and my mental health, I just.
So is it just you, and then everybody else in the band is in the back of the bus waving at you through the back window, encouraging you?
I'll bring 1 or 2 of the guys with me, just so I'm not by myself. But it's kind of funny. But they told me today.
That's real cool.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, brother.
They actually today they're we kind of miss you. We can't wait till you're back on the bus tomorrow. And I was like, all right, cool.
Well, that's a good dynamic, right? To have. So,
it is.
Do a lot of people I think have kind of a misconception that maybe bands always get along, right? Or that it's a little tight-knit family. How would you describe that to people? Because I know a lot of us, I've never been on tour, so we all have kind of these preconceived notions about, oh, you're on tour, you must be super successful, or oh, you're on tour, it must just be this cushy gig, where it's just at
least not for us. We're on a label, but it's still a grind every day. It costs a lot of money for us to go on tour, and we'll see what the new record brings, because we might not always be a touring act just because it's a lot, to tour. But I love it. I love meeting the fans and everything. That's what makes it worth it.
Well, connecting with people authentically, I think have an authentic connection, and it was really cool that you guys are open to that. I've been to some other shows before where the artists are so standoffish, and I just want to say to them, I pay your salary in a lot of ways, and if I'm not willing to give you money because you were off-putting, you're not going to have a good career.
Exactly.
So you've got to. I think you did an awesome job. Engaging the crowd. You guys were
everyone hanging out.
Yeah, you guys were hanging out in the lobby. You're meeting people, shaking hands, saying hi.
I invited some girl on the bus. She bought me a drink. I slapped her ass, made out with her a little bit.
Hey, and who doesn't want that, right? Everybody's jealous.
Gave her my number.
Jealous. Well, fantastic.
A big part of we do this to meet the fans, to meet the people that appreciate us and love our music and connect with our music, and that's why we do it, and I love meeting the fans. We do meet and greets, and I don't know, that's what makes it worth it to us.
Absolutely.
The fans.
Well, and without them, what's the point, right?
Exactly.
It's I'm a touring artist, but nobody gives a shit about us, right? So that's really awesome that you took the time to come and talk to me. You took the time to shoot this episode. We are friends now. So we're coming up on about 10 minutes. You might be getting a little bit cold. Even though you have furry blood cells from Minnesota.
That's the girl I kissed on my bus, and now she's talking to Jay.
She's a lucky gal.
Jay, I already kissed her on my bus.
Hold on a second.
Sloppy seconds, baby. No, I'm joking.
Hey, we're almost done here. So I always close out. I always close out the episode.
I'm down.
I always close out an episode with the same question for everybody.
Yes.
If you could tell people one thing to bring them closer together and eliminate some divisiveness and just really show that it's a community effort and diversity is our strength, what would you tell people?
I don't know. I think people are just so judgmental.
Absolutely.
People just want to talk shit no matter what. People say I don't talk shit and they talk shit. I just think to be more open and communicate with people. Like this girl.
To be more open and communicate with people.
I like this girl a lot.
That's a very good place to close out.
Right.
So again, tell everybody who you are.
Lindy Gabriel from Gabriel in the Apocalypse.
Lindy Gabriel from Gabriel in the Apocalypse. My name is Andrew Carroll, and you've been Charmed and Disarmed, episode number 8. Take care. We love you. Peace.